Every time I come out, I get this face. Just stares at me. There is some weird sound. Sounds like a dying goat. Anyhow, moving on. Whoop, what's the matter, Zeus? Did I freak you out? We need to go deal with Roni a little bit. It's a follow-up from this morning's video. Thanks everybody who's so concerned about him. That's really nice to see and hear about. Went to the store. Bought. I'm going to need this. I'll grab the rest later. Got a new tub there because we got to make one more paddock, which means we need another thing of water, which means we needed a tub because I don't have enough here. We've used them all and then some. So follow up on that goat or whatever it is that's moaning out there is distracting as heck. Okay, so let's find a place to talk for a second. Somebody left their bucket out. I think I know who it is. Okay. Well, we might as well go down to Roni. So follow up from this morning. Fed him water, things like that. I had to head out for a couple things and then stopped in at the store, obviously, to pick up a few items. One of them is a dewormer medicine. Alina's, she's coming. Hi, Tana. Sorry, guys. Just passing by. So we're gonna go check out how much he's eaten and if he's drank, and then I'll talk about what we're doing here. Hey, pal. How's it going? Well, one more poop, I think, right? We were there. I thought there was 4 there before, or 5 before. So no poops yet. Roni, you gotta go poop poops. Oh, all right. Let's go check on his hay situation. His water is still same level, but it's only been an hour or so. So I'm not looking for miracles at this point in time. Kind of heavy, but it is full of water. Looks like it's gone down a bit though, so he is eating, which is good. I don't mind if he eats slow. He doesn't need to eat so fast. He's in not bad shape. He's not some horse that is underweight per se, but he'll get there if he doesn't start eating. All right, let me put the camera down. Oh, there's Zeus. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, Roni. Let's put the camera right here. Hopefully it'll stay. Stay, camera. All right, so let me get the stuff. Okay, so I will preface this with that I am not giving veterinarian advice here. I am simply telling you what I'm doing, that I'm also doing based off of what my veterinarian said. So I'm going off of veterinarian advice, but doesn't mean that this is veterinarian advice. Every situation is a little different. Horses' problems are different. You know, you can't apply one situation to another. Sometimes you can, but I'm just saying now in this video, I'm simply letting you guys know what I'm up to, why I'm doing it, what are you leaning into me for? What is he leaning into me for, do you think? What is it, pal? Do you need a massage, a tummy massage? Oh, you're so furry. Arr. Feels a little lumpy here though, I gotta admit. Okay, so here's the thing. You're making me furry, and I'm wearing white for no good reason. I'm not wearing white. Don't wear white to the barn. Don't put on white clothes. So, dewormer. Why dewormer? So when I talked to my veterinarian yesterday, he's been around, seen a lot, knows a lot. He answers most of the questions I ever ask, and so I trust him. And he said, well, have you wormed them? I mean, have you given them worming medicine? And I said, no, I've done, you know, we do tests around here and make sure our horses are okay with worming, or having results come back good. And he says, well, the problem really is, though, that you might get a false negative. And the reason is, in the wintertime, the eggs or the worms will go into hibernation, but they'll go into actual hibernation inside of the horse's body. And they'll sort of dig into the lining of the intestines or stomach. I think he also said stomach, but again, don't quote me on any of this, but this is, I'm sort of paraphrasing, but to give you guys an idea, something that you might hear or not hear, or you might be able to ask your own vets about. He says, well, you know, he's looking back at me. Poor Roni. Okay. And so I said, okay, well, what do you mean? Is because I know they do go into hibernation in the wintertime, but I thought they only did it outside of the horse's body. And he says, no, they do it on the inside as well. And then springtime comes along and they all start chewing their way out, and it can be quite painful to the horses. Well, you worm. I said, no, I didn't worm because of the possible false positive. We don't really know. He says, well, because you can't really test for them that well, there's a chance that you're going to, or you should probably, worm them. So I said, okay, I can get that figured out. It's Sunday, so the place I usually go to get these things is closed. Are you leaving, Roni? Where are you going? Oh, camera almost fell. Don't fall, camera. I need you. And so the one that I've got is the one he usually recommends to start with, depending on, I'm not going to get into all kind of worming methods. The one that he's recommended is one called Quest Plus. I'm not advertising. This is not a sponsored dealio thing, but every one of these worming medicines has different chemicals in it. And so one of the things that you would likely get suggested to you is to make sure to change them up when you can, in betweens. So they'll have instructions on the side. They'll have a package of instructions as well to give you an idea of how much to do. So, and in fact, the little knobby thing here will give you, so I'm not going to tell you what you should do, how much you should do, how you should weigh your horse and stuff, but you want to kind of get an idea what your weight of your horse is. Roni's about 1,100 or so. And so we're going to give him enough to deal with what his body weight is. And handy little thing about these things, they've got these little twirly bits here that you can see, and the numbers on there, because you're going to plunge this part down and out comes all this disgusting stuff. So I'm going to move this to where I think it should be. Some people say just squirt the whole thing in, don't worry about it. They can usually handle it. He's got his tail high when he's walking. So I expect that he'd like to poop, but it hurts, maybe it hurts. So two things that need to be done for him, and again, this comes from veterinarian advice, and we'll put him in the scene there. And the first thing is worm him, get him, you know, maybe you need to kill off what's chewing away at him. You know, he advised that I would do these kinds of things just before spring, so it sort of kills them off. So you might not, this might not even be the problem, but you can't really go wrong with something like this, since he could have possibly have worms anyway, so just kill them off. But the second thing to do, and I'm not going to do them simultaneously because I personally think it's too much. That is a personal opinion. But I'll also give him some pain medication in probably a few hours once this has sort of worked its way through. The other thing that I would do with this is I would make sure that I am not applying it on an empty stomach. I don't think, personally, I don't think it's a good thing. No different than, you know, taking medicine for ourselves. Most of the time you'll see things that says take with food, and so that's what that's why I give him his hay. If you haven't seen the last video, check that out. So we're gonna give him some worming medicine, and I'll give you guys some thoughts and tips about this worming situation. And then after I'm done that, I will talk about one more thing that I think is important. So come to this side here. I don't have anywhere to put the camera other than down on the ground, so bear with me on this low angle. Something like that. Okay, so worming your horse. If you haven't worked on getting your horse good with syringes and stuff like that in their mouths or touching their mouths, highly advise you do that. I might do a video dedicated to that. I was going to do one because he was on stall rest for a couple of months a while back, and I had to give him lots of antibiotics for an injury, and it went really well. He sucked in the beginning, but after a little while he got really good with it. And caps. Okay, sometimes little caps are hard to bust off. You can just, it's like taking a top of a beer bottle. Sometimes you just, anyways, once the cap's off, don't squeeze it. It comes out pretty easy. This stuff is pretty good for that. But you want to make sure that they're good. He probably already knows. I'm going to just show it to him. He probably, in his head, he's gone. Let's follow him around. If you can help it by not tying them up or haltering them, just getting them kind of good. He might go have a poop. Let's see. Maybe he's just leaving me. He's like, ugh, not more crap. Let's see. Maybe not, right? Oh, at least the lighting's better. And I do it from this side, so I'm going to come around this side. Roni, don't go anywhere, okay? I have to keep on moving that camera when you do. So, let's do this. Oh wait, no, I usually do it from the other side. Bear with me, everybody. I'm mostly organized. See, there's a problem, right? You know, when you get to where you're just used to doing things on one side. All right, we're in frame. So worming is a fast procedure, but there's a couple things to think about. One, once you get it in, you got to make sure they swallow and don't just knock it all over the ground and stuff like that. So for him, he's pretty good with this, so I'm just going to make this kind of quick so I don't get him all worried. And I'll just reach for his mouth. My thumb goes in goes the medicine. Squirt it as fast as you can. Hold it up. Pat them and let them know they're good horsies. Smells kind of funny. And then watch. Roni's a good boy. He's very good about this kind of thing. I'm very proud of him. So nothing got spit out. He still probably should go have a drink of water if he could. Okay. Poor Roni. Clean up your mess. Don't leave this stuff for the dogs. Okay. That's good. I can't stress it enough. This kind of stuff can kill a dog. So you know, don't let the dogs near where the horses are pooping over the next day or so. We'll keep an eye on that kind of thing, but yeah, this stuff will kill a dog, so careful there, okay? Get up the garbage. Okay, so we're done with Roni for now. We're gonna let him work that through. Worming medicine isn't the nicest stuff to horses, in my opinion. I've seen some horses just get lethargic off of it. So it kind of sucks when you have to do it, but so be it. It's just the way it goes. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if that helps. And then in a few hours, in case he's in a little bit of pain, we'll give him some bute. For some situations, and again, this is off of veterinarian advice, Banamine is a preferred option, but if you don't have any, you can use bute as a pain relief. And you can give Banamine actually orally or through a needle in the blood system. So put this here for now. Okay, second thing we'll quickly talk about. I'm going to use my new table that I've been working on. Check this thing out. This is a cut from one of those trees way at the back that was behind the arena. One of those three. Anyways, I think I've done a pretty good job cleaning it up. We'll talk about one more quick thing before I finish up here. And that is when it comes to giving things orally through, if you've got to give antibiotics or a bute or something like that, you'll want to buy one of these syringe dealios. But usually the tip, this is good for other things, but giving things orally, you actually want to cut off the bit here, like 3/4 of the way or 2/3 of the way down. And then depending on how you cut it, you might have some sharp edges. So I was going to say, what you can do is you can take a lighter and just heat it up and then round it off a bit. So that's my last little piece of advice. Anyways, so you know, everything goes in here and it's the same thing. I'm not a big fan of these ones because they don't have a big lip around here. I've seen ones that are way better, but it's not bad. And actually, I'll show you one I really like. I keep this for some hoof stuff, but they've got these big, so if you want to look for these, look for the ones with the big deals on the end, and then this ring here, way better. I can't remember where I got this, but if I find them, I'm gonna buy 20 of them. So anyways, yeah, and your mixture goes in here. Same deal with doing the worming. Up it goes, call it a day, make sure they swallow. We're good. I think that's it for now. So I'll keep you guys updated on how things go. I think it'd be fine. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys again tomorrow. On this beautiful day. Got lots of things to do. But it's coffee time now. This happens every time I turn the camera off, but way down at the back, just as I turned the camera off, I looked down and Roni had himself this is such a weird thing to kind of talk about and sort of say, oh, well, you wouldn't believe it. He had himself a little poop there, so it's coming along. I'll update you guys again pretty soon.